Ooh, I didn't realize how late it was. I hope you can hear me. Yep. Okay, great. So thank you again, everybody, for joining. My name is Miss Lynette, and we're here for all things Abacus. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, good. Okay, so I had a question. Interesting. Okay, so I had a question. There's this one person that comes in to ask a question like, one of the apps that they downloaded, and it's not one of my apps, which is very interesting. You know, I don't. I'm in the process of trying to create more apps, but it is what it is. So one of them is the instructions are very explicit to how to make a 10. One of them is in the reverse order. So I teach the commutative property. When we want to add the 9, we can plus the 10 minus the 1, or we can plus the 9. We can plus the 9 is equal to minus the 1 plus the 10. So let's write that out so it's easier to see. So it was interesting because they were mentioning, here we go. They were mentioning that in the app, they were going the plus 10s. So it was, the question was 7 plus 9. And in the app, they wanted minus the 1 is equal to plus the 10, right? And so when we look at it, if you notice, it's a flow. So you have 7 on the app because we want to take away the 9. We want to add the 9. Well, you go from right to left. So minus the 1 to plus the 10. So that's one way, right? And that's the way that the app is asking for. Now, it's interesting because some people, when I learned it, we were taught to go the other way. We were taught to go the other way, plus the 10 minus the 1. And so you go from left to right. Is there a set way? I don't think there's a set way. Hello, Tammy. Thank you so much for joining.
Happy to be here.
So I don't think there's a set way, just because we're all taught differently. And so I hope that made sense. So if you notice, when I teach it, I start with the plus 10 minus the 1. The reason why I start with plus 10 first is so then it's easier to remember that if I want to plus the 9, it's equal to plus the 10 minus the 1. When you're practicing that, when you're getting used to it, when you're understanding the actual formula, I feel like that this sounds a little bit better because, you know, we can say plus 9 is equal to plus the 10. And it'd be the same thing if we minus the 9 is equal to minus the 10. And it's the same thing if we want to plus the 4 and then minus plus the 5, or minus the 4 and then is equal to minus the 5. I think it's just easier to roll off the tongue that way. So is there research behind which way to go? I don't think there's research on which way to go. I think the biggest thing is understanding the commutative property. So obviously the app doesn't show it. It could be that the developer doesn't know, the developer of the app didn't know that they can do both ways. It all just depends on where they are at the abacus and how they interpret the abacus. And so I find it different because I'm different because I'm trying to relate abacus to mainstream math. And so I think that's the difference between what I have and what is out in the abacus world. So is there a set way? No, there isn't a set way because I was taught this way and the app, it shows you this way. So I think it has a lot to do making sure that you are number flexible and relational awareness. So I've been doing a lot of thinking about the whole relationship of it, but I feel like that as long as you have that ability to be flexible, I think you're better off than going one way or the other. There is no research behind which way is better. I think by then we're just splitting hairs. So I hope that made sense. I know it was This was for bachata. So, how are we doing? How's it going, Tammy? I'm happy you're here. And Alyssa, I don't know if
I'm
Alyssa's
happy
here.
I'm here too.
Yeah. And then yeah, it was just interesting, like going down the five, and then to come down, not to come down, but to also expand a little bit on what Alyssa mentioned in the community, which was very interesting.
Right.
She was get her husband to start using the abacus, which was very interesting. But here's my question: is I and I was just going down the rabbit hole. It's really interesting that he was able to make that connection when we want to plus the 9 to add the 10, we want to minus the 9. So that was a really good one, right? But then the question I was thinking about, like the way he went about it, I'm not sure if this is what it was, but this is the rabbit hole that I started thinking. It's easy when numbers are 1 and 9, right? To make a 10. And then it's
Right.
easy again if it's 2 and 8, but
Right.
it's not so easy when it's 3 and 7 or 4 and 6.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
why? Because they still equal 10. So
They still equal 10, but in mainstream math, they don't focus on making a 10 at this level. And I was just mentioning abacus is equal opportunity.
yeah.
Abacus is equal opportunity. You need to know everything. Whereas if you look at the math questions, I don't know, does the math questions focus in on the 4 and 6 and the 3 and 7?
I believe they do.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't look at the other math questions because I feel like that it's not as organized because they kind of give you everything all at once. And that was the other thing. So I had my teacher friend was mentioning doing abacus is like doing abacus is knowing the fundamentals, which is really interesting. So the idea was if you bring the kids to a playground, right? This is a playground, and you have the swings, right? You have the swings, you have the slide. What else do you have? You have monkey bars. I don't know if they have monkey bars anymore. Monkey bars.
Yes, they do.
They do? Okay. So they have monkey bars, and there's some other there's the there's the teeter totter. Do they still call it teeter totters?
I don't know what they call it, but they still have it.
Okay, teeter totters. Teeter totters. And so it was interesting he mentioning that in mainstream math, the idea is to get the kids to the playground and hope that the kids will go through each and every one of the equipment. Whereas the way I have it and the way I've built the abacus workbooks, I make sure, and the other abacus workbooks are just as are just as the same, but I think I'm a little bit more explicit. Whereas in abacus, what we do is we make sure everybody goes to the swing and make sure you understand how to use the swing. And then you go, once you understand what the swing is, then everybody has to go to the slide and figure out what to do with the slide. And then everybody has to
Yeah.
go to the monkey bars. And as opposed to mainstream math, it'll be like, you know what? Here's the playground. We hope you get to all of the equipment. Whereas in abacus, the way I've taught it is you make sure that you know how to do each and every one until you can become comfortable.
True.
I thought that was an interesting analogy. You know what? Here's the playground. And then here's another analogy I was thinking about. It's like going on a run or putting on your shoes, right? We put on socks, right? We know we got to put on running shoes. That's what abacus is. Abacus is all about running shoes. Running shoes. Abacus is all about like the fundamentals, the elements of everything, right?
Hmm.
Whereas like Singapore math and all the other math curriculums, it's all about the actual act of running or the act of walking. So it's a little bit on the more conceptual. And so that's what I was trying to figure out. And I think starting from abacus, getting that fundamental, getting the foundational really helps with the other curriculums that come into play. Because abacus, like in my books, we don't talk about time and measurements and so forth. I just focus in on the fundamentals. And I thought that was kind of cool too. So we can work hand in hand. It is not just one or the other. So, Alyssa, I hope that made sense. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that sometimes they don't focus on how to make a 3, and they know that 7 and 6, 4 and 6 are together. So, but yeah. But my exposure to mainstream math is very limited now.
I've been so removed from it. I can't tell you.
Yeah, I was just mentioning, once you go abacus, you never go back.
That's
Most
true.
definitely.
Okay. So those are all the things. I mean, I could go on more, but I was just like making epiphanies, and then I was like, what is it? I was commenting on some of the other people. Uh some people have some hate, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where they get the hate from. Anyways. So,
Hey,
huh? What did you say, Tammy?
so why do they have hate? I don't. I've seen some of your little shorts that you're responding to the comments,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, if you don't want to do anything with abacus, you don't have to do anything with it.
Yeah. So there's
I'm
this
like,
one.
why does it matter to them?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I think what it is they're young kids. I'm assuming that they're young kids. And they're like, oh, being cynical. But if you take a look at it, I think I took the high road on that one. I was like, I'm pretty proud of myself. And then
Yep.
there's this one for the bundle.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that's the one I've been there. So they don't want to know how much I've spent.
yeah, that's funny. Okay. So,
And I
so the
don't care.
um to to continue on with the how to make a 10. That makes sense. I was just over here wanting to know the why. And yes, I see how I like your books, how it relates to mainstream math. I think jumping straight to the other methods wouldn't have made so much sense. Only downloading the stuff to speed and practice your theory. Yeah, the theory is pretty good. You mentioned you were working on apps. I've been, if I had the time, I would. Yeah, that'd be cool. Pretty sure the apps I found are not originally in English. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like some of the Abacus apps that is out there is not English, but even if they were, I don't think they've made the connection to be mainstream math to Abacus math. And I think that's the one thing that I have really set myself for, not set myself, but like I've really like put the line on the ground saying that abacus is math, whereas in other abacus world they haven't made that connection, and it's interesting. But I do notice that abacus thinking is very different. It is rewiring, and I haven't figured out how to explain how different it is to mainstream math. Because in mainstream math they talk about, even with this one, they talk about doing the top number and not the bottom number, whereas abacus math does the bottom number, just like we do
Yeah.
with um running totals, right? So here's another thing, like I don't know when I don't know when mainstream math will make that connection, that if I had a bunch of numbers like this, 15, 17, 38, what do they do? I don't know. I don't know what they do now, but back in the day, we were told to take all of this at once, right? So, Alyssa, I don't know if you can shine some light. If there was more numbers like this, do they tell you to add the ones first and then add the tens?
Yeah, you add the ones first, or you try to see if you can find 10 in it.
Interesting. Hi, Avram. That's very interesting. I'm surprised that they still go that route because if you ever used Excel or if you ever used Google Sheets, a running total is one line at a time.
There's another thing. I can't remember what it is. I'll have to talk to my friend. But I don't remember the Tresta.
Oh,
About what?
I don't know what it's called. I'll ask her. I don't know what it's called. I'll ask her when they're adding. Because normally you find to see if you can find 10. You know, you
Okay.
see a 2 and an 8, but there's something else that she's doing. I forgot what it's called. I'll have to ask her.
This one? Did we
No,
do this one?
we did that one, but you have the list of numbers, the 15 and then of course we know that's 20. So, but when you have like a whole bunch of numbers, people start drawing out
Oh,
C from
yeah.
10.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And they start grouping.
Yeah, and then they cross those out and they add a 1 above
Yes.
when they
Yep.
find.
They,
So, that's what because it's so much easier to find your partners to 10.
yeah, it is. But then you have to make sure that you cross it out. Make sure that you don't
Cross,
double count,
you cross it
depending on how
out,
long it is.
and then you put the 1 on the
Yep.
other side.
Yep. Yeah.
This would be
So,
the count, and you put 2 above there.
right. Right. But in Abacus, we don't need to because what we do is we take the full number.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because I mean, you could that's fine, but then if you notice like any of the math competitions, this is that way would be very inefficient.
Oh, slow them down.
Yep. It does slow them down because there's that one person that like anytime if you ever do research on the human calculator, they do the abacus method. They don't do this method.
And they're doing their hands.
They do their hands because there's muscle memory. They don't have to, but they do. Some of them do, some of them don't. I think it's just making sure that they just have that muscle memory in their fingers.
Can you do that?
Do I?
Can
I
you do that?
I I I'm a lot slower. I make sure that I can see it because I don't know if I don't
Like
really
when you thumb up
visualize.
and your finger down, can you do that while you're,
I
you
don't no, I don't do it that way. What I do is I just move my fingers because you can't move up. But I don't.
I can't do it now.
Yeah.
There's too many numbers. If it was 2 numbers, then I could, but 3. No.
Yeah. I don't practice that. And it again, it's a skill, right? So if you practice it, obviously you'll get better, but I don't practice it. I practice with the abacus. So because when I build my books, I don't have that time. I don't have that luxury to just practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how is Avram doing on the books?
Well, right now what he started with is the 3rd book where we're let's review the -5 equations. And I liked how you had in your video, you had your blocks. And you basically you have 6 minus 4. So basically said you took 4 away from the 5, but then you said where does the 1, you have to put the 1 back.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh,
Right.
and also you have a whole 5, so you're basically breaking the 5.
Yes.
So I think that was an aha moment for him.
Really? Nice.
Well, he was like, oh, okay. So I think,
Yeah.
so that's what we're gonna start on. I could go back to second book, but I think the third book is kind of where he is at. And
Yep.
one time when we did a problem, it ended up in the three digits, and he knows that he would say, because you're 6 and 4 are partners, and I don't remember what the problem was, but he would say plus the 1 minus the 6, and I would say, no, you're supposed to say minus the 10. But maybe because he knows what the partner to 6 is that okay? Or should you say still plus the 10 is minus the 6?
I would still say plus the 10 minus the 6,
You
because
would not say
knowing
plus
that,
the 1? Okay.
yeah, because the problem is no, the reason why is the 10 is because you're going to get from here to here. That
Mhm.
0 pushes that 1 to here.
Mm,
That's why.
okay.
Because when the numbers get bigger, it might get confusing. So even if we did 9, 9, 3, 4 plus I don't know, 7, 3, 8, right? 0,
Mhm.
whatever. And so when we're doing it, 9, 9, 3, 4. So we add the 7. If I say plus the 1 minus the 3, that doesn't tell me to move over here.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't tell me to move to the next column over. It tells me to move to stay here. So I'm going to plus the 1, but I can't plus the 1. So then what am I going to do? Plus the 9, plus the 10 minus the 9, which is wrong. So I wouldn't do that. I would still tell them to plus the 10, because then they know that they're going to move over here.
Mm.
Just
Mhm.
like when we do double digits and single digits of multiplication and division, right?
Mhm.
That 0 pushes it over.
So you're saying it basically, by saying that, helps you with the proper alignment of the problem that you're solving, I guess.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that for sure is one thing I put down. Hands down, I would not modify that. You can easily say minus the 6 plus the 10, but I would definitely make sure it's the 10, because that 10 is very different than 1, right? Because 1 is over here, 10 is over here,
Mm-hmm.
right? We don't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. We don't say that. We say 10. 10 pushes it to here. That's what 10 is.
Okay.
Right. Recognize the 0 for what it is. It's the tool to help you position everything.
Okay. Well, maybe that's just something that I need to probably talk to him a little bit about. And then, because then what happens, because especially when you get into 3 digits, then he'll start saying 100 plus the 100.
Yes. Then
So,
that's yeah. And I
and
don't want him
so,
to say 100, because 100 means over here. And I'm like,
mhm.
no, because when numbers get bigger, we're just taking 2 numbers at any given time,
Well, in the
right?
same principle, you're still making a 10 with those, even though,
Exactly.
even though the place value. So the question is, when you're done, all said and done, and when you're looking at the problem and you're reading it,
Yeah.
of course you're going to read it. I mean, this would be
Normal. It would be normal. So it'd be 9, 9, 3, 4,
yeah.
7, right?
Mhm.
3, 8, and then 4. So it'd still be 16,314,
Mhm.
right? You
Okay.
still read it,
Mhm.
but the formulas themselves, yeah.
Yeah, in your book, you showed that very well in the third book, how to not read it, and we're still following the principles of making a 10, breaking a 10, plus a 5, making a 5, breaking a 5. So,
Yeah. Thank you.
um, Yeah. So so your overflow chart, are you going to be changing that then? And did I make sense in what I said in there?
Yeah. So, uh, this was more like just an overview. And so let me see if I can show it. Um, so it is this one right here. It's so interesting. Here, there we go. Okay. So it's this one right here where it says, do I have enough beads? Do I have enough beads on the abacus to make the number? And obviously this is AI driven. So I have to figure out, like, I actually have to modify it manually.
Oh, I didn't know it was AI driven. I thought you just created that yourself.
Did I prompt it and then it just went with it, if that made sense.
Oh,
So I
okay.
told it that I told it I wanted to say these are the three steps I wanted to say. And so, like, because you're never gonna find anything in AI that will tell you specifically. So I actually have to modify it,
Mhm.
if that makes, yeah. So what you mentioned was, and I appreciate the feedback. I do appreciate the feedback.
Uh, I guess I'm all about syntax, what
Yeah,
how the wording is in the sentence, and
yeah.
so because after when I looked at this, I'm like, well, this would be someone that obviously knows all of their formulas, and but I
No,
was
not necessarily. This is more for reminding people.
so it is a resource.
It's just a poster.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Oh, that's what it is. Because, like I said, Abram, he automatically said, because I have your old one,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he said he likes that one better. He likes the old
Yeah,
one because the formulas are on there.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
refer to it.
I was thinking about replacing this part here with the formulas, but I don't know. I still have to figure it out. But it's just one of those things.
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, can I make a number using the 5? Same goes, wait, I'm sorry. So when you have enough beads to subtract the second number. Yeah, the wording on this is a little bit funny. I'd have to figure that out. Is there enough beads to, if there's enough beads to add the number, is what I would say here. Is there enough beads? Yes, then add it. If not, then can I regroup the 5 is probably what I would change to. Can I regroup the 5? Yes or no? I don't know
This
if I
thing
would
is
change it.
this thing looks like it's for whether you are subtracting or whether you are adding.
Yes.
And so, because at the very bottom you said follow this workflow and you can solve any addition or subtraction problem on the abacus. And
Hmm.
so when I go back up to the top and do you have enough beads on the abacus to make a number? I didn't understand what make a number is, unless it has to do with an equation. And then and then with the 5 formula, you are either making or breaking it. And
Right.
so I just was, what was the clarity and what are you doing? And so if this is an overview thing, then that's why I thought, well, then the person obviously knows when they come to a
Oh
problem,
yeah.
whether it's addition or subtraction, and then
Yeah.
they've mastered their formulas and know which direction you're going.
This was just more like an overview, like a little reminder of what can we
Okay.
do.
Okay.
This wasn't meant like the workflow that you have in my workbooks.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other part that threw me off was the workflow, because I'm like, okay, this is a chart. Uh, so so yeah. But like I said, Abram, the first thing when he saw it, because it was separate. You have one side where it shows subtraction, you have the other side that shows addition, and it
Yeah,
shows, um, you know, is there enough?
yeah.
If you
I
do,
was I was thinking that this would be like maybe a poster on a classroom, right? Because trying to just jog their memories, I think was more like, or even like use this as just a thing, how easy it is. You know what I mean?
Is this for beginners like kindergarten?
I don't know. I don't know. I was my one of my friend was mentioning that he wants to put up some posters about abacus, and I was like trying to figure out what sort of classroom decorations can I add to it.
Okay. And so then if you were to go deeper, then your next thing would have the formulas on it if you did another poster.
Yeah, maybe, probably. I don't know. I haven't figured
It's
that
too
part out
much
yet.
busy. Unless you had like an overall picture of an abacus somewhere on the top, and then where you have I don't know where you have the formulas come in, go
Yeah,
where
yeah.
the abacus is.
Yeah, I'd have to sit around and think about it a little bit more, but that's as far as I got.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's pretty. That's all I could say. It's pretty.
Pretty. So
Oh, okay. So, what shall we work on? Woo! That was a quiet room. What am I working on? I am working on third grade. So we're doing 3 digits, 4 digits, and 5 digits. I realized that with I was going to do 2 digits, right? So it'd be 23, 49, and then 60, and then 38, right? And then I was thinking, once I get to this part here, I don't need to separate the different things that we're trying to do. So I'm just gonna, this is gonna be just a mixture of everything. So then now what I'm going to do, when I start going into third grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade, now they're going to be, the numbers themselves are going to be super long. So it'd be 3, 4, 8, 9, 7 plus, I don't know, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. And that would be like their first set numbers. So
do they add 3 digits in your first book for third grade at that particular point?
at this point, no, because this is what they're doing right here would be making sure that they understand the formulas. Once they understand the formulas, then I'll go into 3 digit and 4 digits.
When would that be?
After they do the chaining equation.
Oh, okay. Because I noticed that in the second grade for the third book, that's what you're focusing on is the chaining equations.
Yeah, the third book and focuses on the chaining equations. But if
Okay.
you notice, it's only like 4 digits, so it's like three. Yeah, it's only, yeah, 3 digits and 4 digits. 334 and then 680, 6,891. So that's one set and that's another set.
Is that towards the end of your book?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Towards the end of my book, it doesn't matter. Towards the end of my book, then it's all kind of like all up here.
okay. And then the third book is also where you're going to be putting multiplication and third
Oh,
grade.
that would be the third grade book.
Yeah. And this
There would be, yeah, there would be multiplication, but I'm going to be it'd be weaved in.
weaved in. Okay.
I think it'd be weaving in. I'm not sure yet. I haven't gotten to that point where I don't know where it would be because multiplication can't happen until after the plus tens and the chaining equations.
When would you put decimals?
Decimals doesn't happen till like fourth or fifth grade.
Are you
Probably
sure?
fifth grade.
Are you sure?
Well, in abacus world, it doesn't happen until like way, way later. So I can introduce it. That's not a problem. I just haven't done it.
Okay.
Why? Do you think third grade or fourth grade for decimals?
I believe it's in there, yes, especially when you're dealing with dollars, like
Oh, yeah.
50.
Yeah, that's the other thing is I should start including money.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't included money, but I want to include money in my workbooks. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, this other math curriculum that I might be switching to does that. It's called Christian Light.
Okay.
So, I mean, not that yes, the math for confidence does do that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The other math book should. But see, and that's where I'm really venturing out because in Abacus World we don't deal with that.
Well, let's work this problem out.
What?
The 3, 4, 8, 9, 7, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. We can have,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So 3, 4, 8, 9, 7. Should be pretty easy. So this is what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to introduce how to make a 5 over here,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So we know +2 is equal to plus the 5 minus the 3, +4, and then +1. +1 is plus the 5 minus the 4, and then 8, 9. Now what do we do?
Oh, hold on.
Now what do we do? So I want a +1 plus the 10 minus the 9, right?
Yep.
Minus the 9 first, plus the 10. Minus
Yep.
the 9 first, plus the 10. Now what do I do?
Plus the 10 is plus the 1
Yep,
minus the 9.
yep. Plus the 10 minus the 9. So minus the 9 again, and then plus the 1. And then +2.
Oh, yeah, because it had 7 and you had 2 up there. Yep.
Yep.
Could
So the
you
answer,
could you have added that to? No, you couldn't have. Okay.
what?
You gotta remember to go back and add that too. Once you
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you got to go back and add that too.
can you add that to before?
You could start from here and then work your way that way. It's up to you.
Okay. Okay. Well, is it all right if we do a multiplication problem and one division problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see. Multiplication. All right. Tammy, do you have any multiplication questions? What kind of multiplication are we looking at?
Okay, first of all, I had to unmute myself. On that
Yeah.
addition problem, it's 56, not 16,000. Look at your
Oh, yeah,
abacus.
you're right. You're right. 56. Thank you.
Okay,
Yep, I
now
had it here.
far as multiplication problems go, let me go back a few pages here. I got some multiplication problems. I got 3 left I'm working on, so I don't want to work on those. Um,
Okay, so Alyssa, I have a
let's,
question. How many digits of multiplication do you want to do?
yeah,
Maybe,
I'll let Tammy call that. It'll be okay.
all right.
okay. So how many digits is it?
It's 3 multiplied by 2.
Okay, so hold on. Let's,
Okay, I was just going to pull from the problems that you gave us on the community.
oh, We can
All
do
right,
something
go
different.
ahead. All right, because
Oh,
I got 3 left that I'm
yeah,
still working on, so I wasn't going to pull those.
right. Let me see if I can,
All right,
hold on.
however you would like to do this.
Oh, did we do 95 times 42?
I don't know.
This will be easy. It's easy because it's one of my posts.
Okay,
It's not a hard one. Okay, Alyssa, what are we doing?
Okay. So you want to count the digits.
Yep,
1, 2, 3, 4.
right.
So 9 times 4 is 3 and 6.
Right.
Then
And then,
then 5 times 4
yep,
is 2, 0.
2, 0. Okay. So we're done with that.
Mm-hmm.
We have to reassess.
Mm-hmm. So we go
One,
1, 2, 3.
yep,
3 spaces through 3
columns.
columns over.
Yep. 9
So
times 2,
is 1, 8.
1 is 18. 1, 8. Uh-huh.
And then 2 times 5 is 1, 0.
Yep. Answer?
Answer is 3,890.
You got
no,
8?
Yeah.
I got
no,
9.
3,890.
I got 3,990.
Let's do it again. 1,
Okay,
2, 3, 4. 36. 36
Mhm.
plus 20 plus 2 and 0.
Mhm.
Reassess. 9 times 2 is equal to 18 plus 1 plus 8. Did you add the 1 here from the 18?
I probably didn't. Okay.
And then plus 10.
Duh. No, I messed up. So.
I do that all the time.
So, okay. So then the division one, do we want to do 2-digit division or 1-digit division?
One of each.
Okay, so let's start off with all right. So we are gonna start off with, this will be easy. This is 6, 4, 4, 4.
All right, so
What do we do?
444. All right, so uh, right at the gate, we're going to go 6. What times 6 is going to give us 4? We know it's going to be nothing. So the next thing we got to decide is what times 6 is going to get us 44 or less. And that will be 6 times 7 will give us 42.
Right.
Oh, wait a
But
minute,
we
wait a
need
minute,
to
wait a minute,
know,
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I didn't start off with the position.
right.
3 minus 1 is 2. So it's 2 positions from the dividends.
Right.
I am
So
so sorry.
3. So I put it here.
Okay.
Okay. And then we
Yeah, because
had,
it's gonna be single anyway.
42.
Okay,
Add the 7, take away 4, take away 2.
4 and 2. So that leaves us 24.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's what times 6 is going to give us 24? And that should be 4. Yeah. So then we add 4 and take away 24. So our divisor is 74. No, our quotient
Yes,
is
thank you.
74.
Elisa?
Yep, that's what I got.
Yeah, good.
Mm-hmm.
Easy, right?
That one was. This is sticky. It keeps on.
Of course it's easy. Of course it is easy.
I'm gonna
Let's
use my son's abacus. It's not sticking.
Oh yeah?
I don't know. Maybe I got syrup on it. Who knows? It's just sticky.
Let's
Maybe that's
see.
why I messed up with my answer on the multiplication. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Hold on. It's gonna take a little bit of time. I've got too many questions. I gotta figure out how to manage all these questions. Okay. So, all right. Let's see how this works. 1302. Hey, let's try it. I haven't worked out all of these questions, so I have an estimate of what I'm trying to do, but I don't have it like fully fleshed out. What are we doing?
We need to find out the position.
Yep. What is it?
You have 4 minus 2.
Yep.
Which gives you 2 for your quotient. So you have 6, 2. So you have, let's see where you're going to start. Okay, so you're going to put up, nope, I don't know where to position it.
2. Over here.
Over there? Okay. So then you go over
Wait,
1.
why do we do it here?
I don't know.
Well, we got to put in our quotient, our dividend.
Yeah.
We put in here because there's enough room.
1.
Right? If you did it here, there's not enough room. 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Right? So that's why I'm over here.
Yeah, we went through that in the last lesson, but like I said, I'd have to go over it again because I'm like, because it's the 2 digits are throwing me off. But yeah, so 1302.
Yep.
So then 6 times what goes into 13.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be 2.
So put 2 here.
Yes, that's part I gotta do. Put 2 there. And then we want to subtract 12. So we subtract the 1 and we subtract the 2.
Yep. Now, because you did the 2 here, you got to do 2 here.
Yep.
2 times 2 is equal to 0, 4. Hello? Take away the 4. Hello?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
How do we take away the 4? 0, 4.
0, 4 minus the 10 plus the 6.
Thank you. Minus 10 plus the 6.
Okay, and so then
You're left with 62.
62.
Now, so if it's 62, what times 6 is equal to 6?
1.
6 is a single digit, right? So
Uh-huh.
don't forget, instead of here, we're going to put our quotient here. And we do 1 like that.
Okay. And then you subtract the 6.
And then I subtract the 6. Yep. And then
Oh,
because we do here, because we did the 6, we got to do it again with the 2. 2 times 1 is equal to 0, 2. 0, 2.
oh.
It's
Okay.
pretty elegant. It's really elegant when you really think about it. So the answer is 21.
Yeah, like I said, I totally understood it about a week ago, and you explained me the science behind it. And then when we do this, I'm like, what? Yeah. So we can maybe, yeah, yeah,
But that's what I'm saying, right? Like,
yeah.
it's really elegant when everything fits well. As long as it fits well, then it makes sense. If it doesn't fit well, then you're adding too many concepts together.
Well, and then what I gotta do is try to do it on the camp, because I'm writing down all the paper stuff, and then I get confused because when you did the 12 from the 13, you subtracted 12.
Yeah, and gets me 10.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Because remember, right? 1, 3, 0, 2. Take away 12. What I see is these two columns, these two columns. This is how I make 10. I take away 4 from the 10. Goes back to the concept of only look at 2 columns at any given time.
Okay. So go a little further. So okay, so we put on the abacus, we put 1, and we put 3, and we put 0 and 2. Okay.
Yeah,
The very far car, there's nothing on there because we haven't started to put our quotient on there.
correct.
Okay, so 6 times 2 is 12.
So you add the 2 here. That's my quotient.
Yep, and then we subtract the 12.
So take away 1, take away 2.
Okay. Now we do the 2.
No. Yeah, because you did the 6, we do the 2. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4. 0, 4. Okay,
Oh, okay.
so just like this, right? Let's do it the other way. Remember, we had, okay, this is the last of it. Let's go back to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We're over here. 6 times 2 is equal to 12. Add 1, add 2. 6 times 2, 2 times 2 is equal to 4. 0, 4.
Okay. And
So
then
when
you
you
go,
add it together, it's 1, 2, 4, 0, right? So we're done with that. Now we're going to do here to here. We got a 3. 1, 2, 3.
0,
6, times 1 is equal to 0, 6. Yep,
What,
0, 6.
6.
So what's that? So that is plus 6 is equal to plus the 10 minus 4, plus the 10 minus the 4. And
Wow.
then 2 times 1 is equal to 0, 2. 0, 2.
Okay. Okay. What I probably gotta do is stop trying to subtract on the paper because it throws me off.
Yeah. I just go straight to here.
Okay, and the multiplication on there shows the pattern.
Yeah.
So
But yeah,
that's
I still do it here. So if I did it,
too confusing
right?
trying to do both of them at the same time because then I get off, and that's why.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So that's why Tammy does it on the abacus. So, and I do mostly on the abacus too. I only do this to show you my thinking. But when I do it, it's 1, 3, 0, 2. Take 2 times 6 is equal to 12. Take away 1, take away 2. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. 0, 4, 0, 4. Take away, add the 6 minus the 10.
yeah, you're only dealing with small little multiplications, and then you're
Yes.
subtracting small too.
Yes, exactly.
You're still
doing.
only 2 columns.
Only 2 columns at any given time.
Oh.
Even if you're on the bigger abacus, it's still 2 columns.
Yep. Even if you're on these ones or this one,
Yeah.
even if you're on these ones, you're still only dealing with 2 columns at any given time.
Okay, that's what I gotta do. Maybe that column, because I don't really do the column separator thing with the addition and subtraction. But having that for division,
Yeah.
I think would be very helpful.
Yeah. Because it's a lot of information and your brain doesn't know what to do. I mean, don't forget, Tammy's been training her brain to just see 2 columns, right?
Well, that's probably what I need to do because then I'm
Yeah. But
You gotta
it's a,
it took me 6 months easy practicing every day to work on just the abacus, not to be writing it down. Because
yeah.
that was the problem I was having because I kept trying to do it the old way. And I was trying to learn it to do it the way Lynette was teaching. And I had to force myself to learn it to do it on the abacus. I still get hiccups, believe me, but it's easier nowadays because when you get to that uh the this 13 divided by the 6 and you've got the 10, I can see the 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I can see
yeah,
the 10.
I can see the 10.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
what's throwing me off. Yeah, 10. Yeah,
Yep.
I can see it.
because you 13 you subtracted the 12.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
But
I can also
notice,
see the 102, but I mean, I can see the 10 and I know what I got to do next.
yeah, it's always 2 columns at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
And you just move down. So it's
Yeah,
also a pattern that you see too.
yes.
So I know I'm going to move down because it's the pattern that I know.
Okay, because the first part you did,
I did
you
12.
you did 12, you did 6, so you subtracted the 12. Now you're
Yeah.
doing times 4.
Yeah, but then I know I go here. I've
Oh.
already done the hundreds. I go here to the tens and the ones.
Aha.
Because it's like a ladder, right? It's like a ladder. It's like but
It's
don't
like
forget.
going down steps. It's like going down
Yes,
steps, like that.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
and then okay, so once
Yes.
that's what it is. It's like going down,
Yes. You go here, you go here, you go here. Then you do it again. You go here, you go here. Do you see that? So you go here, then here. Here to here.
So you're doing that twice then?
Yeah, because you have 2 digits.
Oh,
You have
okay.
2 digits. You do it
You got
twice.
you got to zero out your dividend.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, the ones that I deal with, I wanted to zero it out,
Okay. So
right?
that there's no remainders.
No, because
No.
it'll be very difficult to be like, when do I stop?
Ah, okay.
Right? But don't forget, I also see this because I'm building out my books. And as I build out my books, I see the pattern.
Are you going to be doing division problems that have a remainder?
Later, but not right now.
Okay, 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 good. That's good. Okay,
Yeah. You
okay.
know what I mean? Like there's because division problems with the remainder adds that extra ambiguity. If they don't
Yeah.
know their formulas, then there's no point of,
Doing this.
yeah.
Well, okay, just real quick, back to your thing and your other previous book 3, where you're talking about with the simple 6 minus the 4, um, and you showed your blocks and you're adding back in the one that anyway, that's kind of similar to when you division, you're adding back what was too much, or I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
so
Yeah,
it's a
that's
gradual, it's
exactly
a
what it is.
gentle process.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to try to do this without the paper and just do it on the abacus, because I get mixed up and because I'm so used to doing on paper.
Yes.
Next time, the next time, but still writing visually, I still put on. So Tammy, on the
Yes.
side, do you put 6 times whatever in the answer, or you don't even do that either?
What do you mean?
You
Like,
want to show your book?
do you show your work on your paper, or you just do it on the abacus?
Wait, hold on. There you go. Can you show
Hold
your
on.
book?
I'm finding my division problem.
Oh, there's not much writing.
No, is I just do it. I work it out on the abacus.
Aha. Whereas a long time ago you had it all written out, the multi.
Oh gosh, yes.
So like where you were and where you are now.
Okay. I'm trying to find a problem. My book is not wanting to cooperate with me. I write everything down, so you gotta forgive me. Used to be I would write everything.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I want to see. And that's probably where I'm at. Is where I'm writing everything down.
Okay, this is not a full example, but
Yeah. Uh-huh.
okay. But I was trying not. I wanted to not do that because that's not how. See, that's another example.
Yeah.
That's I had my way of doing stuff, and that was not how Lynette was teaching us.
Right.
Okay, here you go.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, but I prefer not to do that. And there's no sheets on the side where I write things down and throw it away. There's none of that.
So all that's contained in your one notebook. That's awesome. So I guess what it tells me is that, so when you're teaching little kids, what would you tell them to do? What does your division book show them to do? Are they actually writing things out at first, and then do they graduate from that? what do you do, Lynette?
I before my books, we would just verbally tell them. But since I'm creating the books, I'm going to visually show it. I haven't really fleshed out what I was going to do yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
it's a process because all the other abacus books and even the way I was taught, it was not very it was very verbal. And so I'm trying to make it more concrete. And then I noticed that other abacus books are not very, they don't explain well to do division unless you really know. Like I was able to follow along because I know division pretty well, but when I read it, if I read it as a user that doesn't know anything about division, it gets really confusing quick.
Mm. Okay.
So, and just like the multiplication, if you ever take a look at any of the multiplication books from anybody, you're going to be like, I don't know why they're doing the way they're doing, but because I'm able to explain it better, I'm able to verbalize it and communicate that.
Yeah, I guess I've gotten your books. The only time well, no, that was from the Miss Abacus, but I have
Yeah.
not gotten any other books from anybody else but you. So
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
yeah.
When I do research on like how other people did it, because I'm just trying to draw like inspiration, it's not what I would say.
Okay, so there are other Abacus books out there.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of abacus books out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. There's just like there's a lot of abacus teachers, but nobody talks like I talk.
No,
Okay.
because I tried before I found Lynette, and
Yeah.
I could not learn. I could not figure out how to do that.
And it's not the accent, it's the relationship that they're trying to provide that they don't make that connection for you, whereas I do.
Okay.
And it's just the same thing. Like, so
And
I had
she's
another
just being
person.
honest. She's not boasting. She's being honest.
Yeah. It's not the accent because I can follow along, but I know that there's gaps in the teaching.
There you go. Gaps in the teaching.
Yeah. So
Not
it's
their
all about
knowledge.
implementation.
Not
Say that
their
again.
knowledge, but it's not their knowledge, it's how they're teaching it and presenting it.
Exactly. Exactly. Because you get to a point where we know abacus so well, we forget the smaller points. But I I go back to the very fundamental, making sure that if you don't know anything, this is how I would teach it. And that's how I come from. Where I come from is if I was just to explain this to a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, what are the steps to get them to the point where they understand it?
Okay.
So, and that was the one thing that one of my other students were mentioning. Yeah, they go through like the other abacus stuff, like either the apps or they go through other books, and then it's hard to make the jump from mainstream math to abacus because they feel like it's two foreign things, and that's where I come in to bridge everything together.
Okay.
Mhm. So, and that was the one thing that I'm trying very much to be like, it's great that you want to do the Singapore math. It's great that you want to do all the other math. I'm just telling you right now that abacus is the fundamental. Once you get the fundamentals, then everything else that is being taught will make more sense. The strategies that they teach you will make more sense because you have a foundation of. And I think that's where, when I do research and I see how other people are doing their strategies, it makes sense to me. And I'm like, oh, that's an interesting way of doing it. But that's because my number sense is really strong. I know what they're trying to do.
Okay.
See the difference? Whereas a kid doesn't know their number sense pretty well, then they get confused because they don't know what they're trying to do over here. But if they have a solid foundation, then applying those other concepts will be fine.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Cool.
And
I like it. I like
uh,
it.
yeah.
I'll talk about my other thing next week. So of something that I've been working on. So
Okay.
but
And then And then also the Right Start and your friend doing Abacus was also one of the updates I wanted to know about.
Okay. I found the abacus.
You found the Right Start?
Yeah, I did,
Okay.
but I misplaced it.
Again.
So I will just put it
Normal.
in a little bag, and then I will make sure I have it on my desk. So we'll definitely talk about it. But I'm like,
Okay.
and I found it in a weird place. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what it is. I had it. So I will do that next week because and then I will show you a video of how she adds on it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Does that sound good?
Yep. That sounds good.
Okay. All right.
Thank you again,
And I'm
everybody, for
good with
joining.
I'm good with anything.
Yeah. Thank you again, everybody, for joining, and I'll see you guys all next week.
Okay. Thank you.
Yippers.
Bye.
Bye.